Welcome to Cherie's World Podcast. So my homie is here today. You might know him from movies like Coach Carter or TV shows like One Tree Hill. And no, I'm not talking about my brother this time. I am talking about a man who has a new movie coming out this week called Hard Kill. His name is Texas Battle. So let's pop into it. You and I have had these conversations about entertainment, right?
Right.
What made you leave your hometown of Austin, Texas? We can see the horns coming out the back of the boy's head.
You already know. I when I graduated school, I didn't know what I was going to do. So I ended up going to California and taking care of my auntie in Moreno Valley. So upon me doing that, I was approached at, back then I used to attend those college fraternity parties. So I was approached by a man named Sam Bowie out of Dallas. And he's the one that actually got this whole modeling thing going with entertainment. I didn't know nothing about it. He came up to me at the party. He was like, "Oh my God, like you should so model. Take my card." I'm like, "Dude, who are you, man?" Young Texas back in the day. So I'm like, "No, man, I'm good. Like I don't float that way." You know what I mean? He was like, No, I want to shoot you. Like, it'd be perfect. Like come by the studio. So I didn't pay him no mind. I let it go. 3 weeks later, I went to another one at Prairie View and he was there. He was like, "Yo, you didn't call me. Like, I'm serious. Like, you can bring a friend, blah, blah, blah." So I said, "Okay, cool." Me and my homeboy Atiba went down there to a studio. Sure enough, the brother was legit, So then one thing led to another. He photographed me, submitted me for S Carol Pro style back in the day. I ended up doing that. And then he said, as soon as you graduate, come by, we can start something up. So I said, "All right, bet." But that's when I went to Cali. He's the one that actually started the whole process of the industry thing. Cherie, I didn't have nothing to do with it. I was blessed and lucked up to be on my first movie, Coach Carter, where I met your brother Antwon, and Antwon schooled me in so many ways that it helped me in this journey. That's why he'll be my brother for life, man, because he's the one that really set the tone for me.
Aw, that is so cute. What was your Coach Carter interview like?
It was a basketball audition with 300 people over there at North Hollywood High School playing basketball, and I got the audition. And first off, they didn't even tell us that it was going to be a Coach Carter movie. We didn't know it was going to be a Paramount movie. We just thought it was going to be a commercial for Carmelo Anthony at that time. Uh-oh. So I was excited about that. So they started doing cuts from 300 to 200 to 100. Next thing you know, it's 30 brothers in there. And they gave me sides. Now, Cherie, I didn't know what the hell sides was. You see what I'm saying? So, Courtney,
wait. Huh? Can you tell Courtney what they are?
Courtney. So, look, man, when you audition for stuff, they give you these sides. Now, sides are like, 3, 4, 5 pages of the script that you're actually going to be shooting, if you get the job. A brother didn't know that. So when they had me this one piece of paper of sides, I looked at it like, okay, for basketball, like you guys want us to say some stuff? Like, I'm like, all right, cool. Casting gave us the sides. We went down to the casting office, which I've never been to a casting office before. And I went in, I met, Sarah Fan and Randy Hiller. And they were like, "Yeah, hey, Texas, we got the notes. You play well in basketball. Just be yourself. Just read these sides." Courtney, it was only like 6 lines, brother. But I didn't know what to do. So I didn't study it. I didn't memorize it. I just went in there and started looking at the paper, and I was so green and gummy that I didn't know what I was doing. So they stopped me. They was like, "Look, Texas, your personality, we love it. Why don't you just be yourself? You know what? Forget the paper. Act like we're having a conversation. I'm going to be your coach. And what would you do in these situations?" So, according to me, brother, I'm an athlete. Cool, no problem. So they start doing that, right? I'm reading back with them. They're like, "Yes. That's what we want. Do that, but just add the lines that you see." I'm like, "Oh, okay, can you give me a minute?" They gave me 5 minutes. I went out, other brothers outside reading their lines, whatever. I come back in, and I just knock it out, man. Like, next thing you know, I get a call back, which I didn't know what that shit was. Oh, excuse me. So I get the call back, and that's when I meet the director, Thomas Carter, man. And then from there, they just mold me, man. Like, I remember when I first saw your brother. So when I first saw your brother, I remember it was at the mixing match. And I saw him, I'm like, wait a minute, that's Drano? Like, oh damn, Drano. And then I see Rick Gonzalez. I'm like, yo, that's the kid that's Rick from old school. So I'm tripping. You know, like I don't even know what's going on right now. I don't know where I'm at.
Oh.
So yeah, it goes from that to end up going to the lot on Paramount, sitting down with these guys that I saw growing up. And then my name was Maddox at the time. And then the producers come in, Brian Robbins and Mike Tolan, they come in and they go, welcome to the first reading, blah, blah, blah. No one knew who the star was going to be. So we were waiting for Mr. Sam Jackson to come in. So when he comes in, my mouth dropped. Courtney, I said, this ain't no basketball commercial. It was Sam Jackson, man. And they said, congratulations, welcome to the cast of Coach Carter. It was beneath me, man. I didn't know what. Juan told me specifically, he said, look, he said, stay by me in every scene. You're going to be all right. Because Juan was one of the main leads. So I'm like, cool. I stayed by him, Cherie. I stayed by him the whole movie. So a brother is supporting. I only have like 2 lines in the movie, but I'm in every damn scene because I stay with 2. Man, yes.
Say that again, Cherie. Say that again.
You were in every scene.
You would think I was a lead, right?
I thought so.
Right. I stayed by Twan.
That's my move.
Man.
Twan, when we had Twan on, he gave us some good stories about Sam Jackson. Can you give us one? Being on set with Sam?
Yeah. So my story with Sam is okay. So my first scene with Sam on that movie, Courtney, I was they wrote it in for me. So I kind of earned it. So it was a 4-month shoot, 1 month of basketball training, which was awesome, and then 3 months of shooting. After we got into like maybe the 5th or 6th week of shooting, the writer, Mark Swan was like, you know what, we're gonna throw Texas a couple lines. So the rewrites came in, these different color sheets and everything, which are rewrites, which I didn't know. I learned that on the go. So when I get the different colors, when I go to the trailer in your room, you see these rewrites. I'm like, what is this? Like, they're different colors. Like, are we supposed to read this? I go to Twan's trailer. Twan, yo, what is this, man? Like, he said, yo, these are rewrites. Like, you got to go through it. It's your job to go through the rewrites and make sure on the day there's no changes. I said, oh, okay. So then I'm there with him in the room. He's like, yeah, let's go through it and let's see if they match up with the regular script. Sure enough, it didn't match up because my name, Maddox, is right there with Sam Jackson, the coach, Carter, and I have 3-4 lines now. Courtney, Cherie, my heart dropped. I'm like, I'm about to shoot with Sam. Nervous, shaking, cotton mouth coming on. Oh, my goodness. So I said, Twan, I'm about to shoot with Sam. He said, man, you better get on it. You better learn them lines. I'm like, okay. So I learned the lines, I think, right? I think I'm cool. I get on the set. Sam does 1 rehearsal. You better be ready. I didn't know that. You better be ready. He do 1 rehearsal, and then we shooting. So I do the rehearsal, and I'm nervous. I'm shaking. I'm not natural. Sam is looking at me like, after rehearsing over, when he goes, is this an R-rated version or what? What's the show?
Yeah, say what you want.
Okay, so he looks at me, he goes, motherfucker, are you okay? I go,
of course he did.
Right? I said, sir? He said, no, motherfucker, don't call me sir. He said, are you okay? I said, no, man, I'm not. I'm nervous. He said, fuck you nervous for? He said, you here, ain't you? I said, yes. He said, you shooting with me, ain't you? I said, yes. He said, you know your lines? I said, yes. He said, what the fuck to be nervous for then? He said, look, spit this shit out so we can get it out of you the day on. He said, you good. Just act like you being coached. I go, okay. He said, and ain't nothing to be scared of. He said, you here now? Oh, that shit's over with. I said, all right, yeah, you're right. He said, I know I'm right, motherfucker. Let's go. Let's shoot.
Hey, did y'all really have to do any of those suicides and push-ups and all that stuff?
Yes, Courtney.
I mean, come on.
Hey man, I'm not. Look, we had the rehearsals. So the month of rehearsing of the basketball scenes, they wanted us to really be out of breath. They wanted us to have the shirts off. They wanted the real physicalness of how it would be running suicides. But if you see in the movie, I'm not doing them hard like that because I chose my character to be the lazy one.
Lazy one. Yeah.
Creative choice.
The choice, and you know what? It worked because we supposed to be naughty boys on the set. Man, I was naughty. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a lot of good. Did you get a chance to meet Ashanti as well?
Of course, yeah. Met everybody on the set, man. Ashanti, yeah, we was cool on the day. But in your first movie, you don't really know what to expect, man. Like you see someone like Ashanti and Sam. Ashanti at that time was popping. She was on fire, right? So they like, yeah, let's go ahead and booked her. It made sense, back then. She's gonna bring her fan base. I remember the first time I talked to her, man. She was just cool. She had that thick accent, that East Coast accent, and she came and introduced herself. I introduced myself back, and she was like, "Text." She's like, "Okay, yeah, okay, that's what's up." To me, Ashanti's she might be a female. She like a dude. Like she cool like that. You know what I mean? Like she'll chop it up with you like it ain't nothing and give you a pound. Like, "What's up, my G?" Like all that. So. It threw me off a little bit, but no, I met her. She was cool, down to earth. She wanted to learn. It was her first movie too, so
Okay.
yeah. So she had a lot of she had her peoples there, her moms, and she had an acting coach there as well. So she was covered. But someone like myself, man, it was just me. And then without Twan, man, pulling me along and showing me the ropes, but I don't even know how I got through it. That's how I fell in love with acting.
But
I am. Go ahead.
I was going to say, you obviously did a great job, though, because the writer, Mark Schwann, later had you at One Tree Hill.
Man, I didn't even, thank you, Cherie, for bringing that up. I didn't even, so Courtney, what she's basically saying is, brother, I did my thing on the set, right? I was on, Twan told me, he said, look, don't be late. He said, these people are paying you to act right and work. He said, don't you ever be late. He said, if your call time's 8 o'clock, brother, you get there at 7:30. It's okay. So I'm like, okay, I was never late. I did my thing. And then like Cherie said, man, next thing you know, we get through shooting Coach Carter. My agent calls me and was like, hey, yo, One Tree Hill? I'm like, yeah, like that's the show my guy's on. He said, well, they want to book you without no audition or anything. I said, what? He says, yeah, man, I just got off the phone with the producers. They want to book you on a recurring role. They fly you out next week, North Carolina. I said, what? And she's right, man. Like you do some, you do good work and you do your job. Producers see you. They see what kind of dude you are. And honestly, that's what most of my work have been in this career so far is me having good relationships with other producers and such, man. And yeah, they brought me back, man. I was on One Tree Hill and shot it with my boy, and that was a great experience too because that was my first time ever leaving out of Cali at that time and shooting something out of state. Oh, that was beautiful, man. That was a real good scene. We shot like how many episodes I do? 3? Yeah, 2 or 3. So yeah, that was fun.
That's awesome. Being Antwon's little sister, watching your growth is so amazing. I've become a fan of you as a man because you've always been nothing but a gentleman, but I've become a fan of your work. And so you're welcome to watch these transitions, Courtney, just to let you know, brother, man, he's talking about his humble beginnings, but he got 31 acting credits now.
That's amazing. I don't even know how I get that.
It's phenomenal because it pretty much every year since you started working, you've been able to maintain a job, which is almost unheard of. You are a part of those 2%. There's 2% of working actors in the world.
That's crazy.
People don't get to see. No, it is crazy. And I'm just bringing it up because I know that everybody doesn't understand it. And I want you to realize how blessed and how amazing and how talented you really are. Because if only 2% of us are working, you guys only see this man's wins. You don't see the auditions that he goes on that he doesn't get. Statistically, they say we get 1 job out of 100. So that's a lot of doors closed before somebody says yes. But his statistics are better than that. Because when did you guys do Coach Carter? 2005?
2005.
2005. It is now 2020, and this man has 31 acting credits. Like, I got to give it up to you and just say bravo, bro. I'm proud.
Thank you, Cherie. It has been a journey, man. It's I have been very blessed to be able to work, because they do say, it's a working actor, Courtney, someone that makes their living off doing this business, basically. I haven't known anything but this business. Like, I don't even know what I would fall back on. Well, that's not true. I mean, I love coaching kids. I like giving back to kids and stuff like that. So I'll probably be a coach or, full time with my foundation. But other than that, she's right, man. It's a grind, and the doors, so many auditions. Cherie knows this, and so many no's. And we get rejected, you go to these testings and all that, and it's only between you and such, and next thing you know, they're going to go with such and such. And, and you see the numbers when you sign the damn testing contract, you're like, ooh, okay, we could be making that. But yeah, it's, it is what it is. You open one door, you walk through it. Twan told me, he says, look, man, and he put it so bluntly, you know how your brother is, Cherie. He says, if CBS fucking with you right now, I go, no. He says, well, fuck them. Go to NBC. He said, if NBC fucking with you right now, I go, no. He says, well, fuck them too. Go to Paramount. He said, somebody gonna hire you. He said, you just keep on doing what you do. Somebody gonna hire you. He told me, he says, it ain't about booking a job, Tex. See, sometimes you go in and you want it too much. He says, man, look them in their eyes and your head and go, fuck y'all. I'm here. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna leave. He said, it ain't about booking the job, young bro. He says, it's about making an impression. He said, you think I get every damn job I go out for? You think I get? No. He says, but I know I'm good. He says, shit, no one can tell me I ain't good. He said, so go in. Huh?
He sounds just like you.
Man. He says, go in, make the impression, and leave. He said, fuck all that small talk. He said, if they want to talk to you, let them open their mouth and make the conversation. If not, go in there, do your job, thank you, and be out. Next. I'm like, damn, he right about that. Like, just do that. I've been doing it ever since. So, yeah.
Oh, congratulations.
It reminds me of OG, he died. He told me, you sound like, this is not the same thing, but you sound just like what he told me when I first got out of high school. He said, let me tell you something, young man. If a motherfucker can't put money in your pocket or pussy on your dick, you don't need them. Fuck them.
That's one.
And I've been living by that all my life. I told me that when I was 18. I probably got to edit that for the show, but that's
right.
That's funny, and that's my brother. That's something my brother would say.
I was gonna say he sounded just like him. He sounded just like him.
It's just real, man. Like I have kept people in my circle, only the ones that are true and real. You know what I mean? He's one that will always be a part of my circle, always be a part of my life, man. He's had his ups and downs like we all do, but I'm there. I'm right there for him. He calls me, he needs something, bam, I'm there, because, he has been there for me. You know what I mean? Like without, if I drive down, I'm tired, I need a place to stay, door's always open. You know what I mean? Like, I go there right now. Don't knock on the door, walk in. It's like family. Hey, like, what's good? Like, and he's always been that way, man. Like,
my brother loves you.
Oh man,
my whole family loves you. I love you.
Right, he's great. So it's real people. Cherie, you're definitely one of the realest ones I've met. And I didn't even. So when I first met you, I remember he told me, he was like, "Hey, my sister coming over. She want to put you in. She got a movie for you." And that she want to put you in. I said, for real? I said, who? He was like, yeah, Cherie. I said, well, who? Like, who's that? It's like, who's that? Let me know. He says, oh, you got to know my sister. Pulls it up. I'm like, wait a minute. I said, dude, she's been in everything. Punky Brewster? He's like, yeah. I started naming shows. I said, this your sister, Moesha? He's like, yeah. I said, wait a minute. Hold on, man. You lying. He said, she gonna be here in 15 minutes. I said, oh, snap. Short enough. Courtney, who comes through the door? Like, you would think. See, people got to understand this, man. Cherie's been working for years. She's done the huge series and movies and produce. So when someone like that walks in the door, who's just a regular human being, at first you don't know how to react because someone's coming in that you have seen, in the industry. You've seen on film. You've seen on TV. What do you say to this?
I'm so embarrassed.
And I wouldn't say, I would say this to anyone. What do you say to someone who walks in the door and they like, what's up? Like just regular, like, how y'all doing? What's going on? Like, hey, brother, like just knowing everybody. I'm like, oh.
I'm so embarrassed because I probably walked in hella ghetto. Hair was probably crazy. I'm going to my brother's house.
Man, she walked in so chill, so cool, and was so real. Just my mind was just like, damn, so this is what it is. Like, and then, meeting her, she was straightforward. Like, hey, look, I want to rock with you. I want you in this film. Send me the email. I'm going to send you the script. Let me know what you think. If you like it, you good. You on. We're going to shoot 2 weeks, blah, 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 woo, woo, woo. I'm like, damn, yeah, like that. And then from there, I told Twan, I said, Twan, hey, your sister, man, like, whatever she doing, I'm doing. Like, cause she just so down to earth and cool. Like, I'm gonna fucks with her. Like, it goes down. He's like, okay, yeah, cool. Like, do what she told you to do. Like, read the script, man. Get back her. Blah blah blah. Courtney, sure enough, the film that I was gonna do at the time, I was contracted through the soap, the Bold and the Beautiful soap. So, but I read it. I'm like, yeah, I'll rock it. I'll do it. I had to get permission from CBS at the time to go shoot with Cherie and them for 2 weeks. And even then, when I knew that they were tripping with the schedule, what have you, they wouldn't really release me. She was like, no, look, you give me 2 days, I'll shoot you out. I'm like, damn.
I wanted him bad.
You can do that? Courtney, I didn't even know you can do that. I didn't know you could shoot someone out. You're like, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
and sure enough, man,
what does shoot someone out mean? Tell me what that means.
I would rearrange my schedule to accommodate all the Texas scenes. And we would just shoot Texas out those 2 days.
Shoot me out. And I went back to CBS. I said, man, look, I got to do this. She's going to shoot me out. Come on, man. Like, let me just knock this out right quick, please. And CBS, man, they did not want, at that time, because I was still new to the soap world, they didn't want to let me out.
But and I could tell them. It's okay, because they say some people come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. The films that I shoot, I can't even afford your ass no more. But you're stuck with me for a lifetime, yes. So I know I can do that favor.
I'm doing it. Yeah, you already know.
See what I'm saying? So everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, you already know. Something come up, I don't give a damn what the agent say. Hey, man, I'm doing it. Okay?
And guess what? I will still, if you give me 2 days, I will rearrange the schedule to go around Texas Battle, and I will shoot you out.
Shoot me out.
I'll shoot you out. I love Texas, for real, because what you see is what you get. He's genuine. He's humble. He's sweet. He like to eat, talk shit, play, and have a good time.
Right.
And that's what we are about.
Now I've been on this show with Cherie, and we've interviewed other females and Cherie herself. All she's been telling me about is these male groupies. Tell me about the female groupies. I need to tell me some story about female groupies. I know because you look like a brother that got them.
Man, they out there, man. So she ain't lying. I mean, yeah, Cherie would cuss somebody out in a second when they come at her wrong. Like, like, Negro, I said no. Like, what do you think I need this? What are you doing? Like,
but the best thing about traveling with them, though, is I get to hide behind them and they protect me. Texas will snatch me up in a minute and be like, leave my wife alone before I have to knock you out. And I'm so appreciative.
Right. They out there, Courtney. They exist, brother. Like, I've had, when I was on the soap, man, I've had, several that would call up to the soap, or they would write letters to us, fan mail, whatever. I've had plenty of them that would say, hey, look, we'll fly you out, we'll put you up or whatever. Like, just please take my daughter out to prom, or, what are you doing right now? Like, please, I want to have your babies. Like, I'll fly you out. I just impregnate me, like crazy shit, man.
You ain't
like
taking on those trips, man.
No, man, we can't do that.
My daughter to prom.
That's why I ain't built for this, man. You see,
we can't do that.
Let me tell you how sweet Texas is. Texas, we were in Indianapolis. I don't know if you remember, we rode the bus. We went to the concert. When we came from the concert, there were extra people on the bus.
Yes.
You remember that?
Yes, I remember that, yes.
I don't know what happened. I really don't know what happened. I know that it was me and, was it Tweet? Me and Tweet.
Tweet did go that year.
Yes, and there was a few other women on the bus, not a lot. But when we came back, there was a bunch of, and I'm just going to say, there was a bunch of bitches on the back of the bus.
Tons, man.
Everybody was turning around, looking at each other. I remember Flex Alexander was like, I'm not playing with these niggas. He was like, my computer got a virus. I'm scared of my wife. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Flex was like, move over, Cherie. I'm coming to sit next to you. I don't want no shit.
He didn't want no shit. No, because you can get in trouble, Courtney, man, in these situations, brother.
Yeah.
So what you usually think would happen was the guys would all migrate to the back of the bus. Instead, what happened, the guys all migrated around us. All of a sudden, Texas and his homeboy is sitting there, Twan and his whole, and it was just like they didn't want no shit. So when we got to the hotel, everybody got straight on the elevators and went upstairs. And the girls, I don't know, like how they ever got home.
I don't know.
But they left in the lobby. The concert.
That's crazy. That's scary.
No, man, they'll come. Like, so the hotel. So Amp Harris runs the event, right? And it is a great event to be around. You got 2.5 days of just being around your friends, and it is a fun event, but it gets packed and it gets crowded. The hotel is a nice one, and they supposed to have security, but see, that's Black Expo weekend also. So there's just a gang of niggas. Like, there's just 100,000 out there strong, and they can't secure everyone. So somehow some people will creep through, and we up top. So when they book the rooms, all the performers, the talent, that is me, Cherie, and everybody, we're up top. Everyone else can't book. There's certain floors, 3 or 4 floors, that they keep open so they can keep everybody else down, away from us. No, it don't matter, man. If they know where you are, you'll have people slide notes under the door, knock on the door, slide the number, trying to throw you pussy. Like,
Literally.
Like, they just want to be in the room with you. You gotta avoid that, man. Like, it is hard, especially we had a couple times though. We have artists, and when the artists come, that's popping at that time, it's also a wrap. Oh man, it's crazy. She ain't lying.
But you guys are good guys.
Yes, like, we protect each other.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll turn around in the club and I'll be like, they're like, no, come on, we going home. We out of here. They
thirsty, man. Everybody want to be in the VIP. Courtney, they put us in the VIP, and they do take care of the talent. They'll bring the bottles or whatever. People chill. But you got everyone, I don't even know how they get in the damn VIP, but they do. They be getting in the VIP.
How they get in the VIP?
How they get in the VIP?
See, I was on the road with those guys, and I had one job, and I just find talent. And it's a power. It's power behind this thing right here. Looking out in the crowd, be like, hey yo, and you can tell somebody to come here. Like, hey, security, she cool. Let her in.
Done.
So we need to know who these dudes is.
Yeah, man. So it's like Courtney got inside. Yeah, exactly.
Next thing you know, your whole VIP section is flooded with like, who are these people?
Because I was with the girl. The guys were whispering in my ear, is she with you? Is she with you?
Yes.
You was the only girl, like, you was the only girl that was with us when we get, did she with you? Is that your home girl? I'd be like, I don't know them girls.
Right?
Yeah, that's how they got back there.
So that's how they got back there. See, Cherie, now we know the inside scoop of how they get back there. Yeah. People like Courtney.
So look, I'm gonna talk.
Actually, that wasn't Courtney. That was the old me.
Okay.
He married with children now. He ain't allowed out the house.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
And so I just said earlier that I can no longer afford Texas Battle. Like right now, I'm just not producing movies in his caliber of work. I'm super proud of him. Can you tell us about Hard Kill?
Yes. So Hard Kill, believe it or not, is I don't know if it's my third or it's my fourth movie with Bruce Willis. And how that came about, man. The first movie I did with Bruce Willis was a movie called Martyrs in 2015. I was small supporting, but I did my thing. It wasn't with Bruce; it was with other actors and so forth. And then I did another one. The second one, they brought me back, which was now a small. It was a league, but wasn't not one of the big leagues, but like fifth on the call sheet. And then
that's good.
That's good. So then I did well on that one. Then after that one, I guess the producers like, you know what? Like, it's like one of those things, Courtney, we talked about before, man. You do your job and they like you, you're a good guy. Then they start throwing, movies your way. So like Cherie said, I would they would throw me a movie every 6 months. And just read the script. If you like the character, then you're on board type of thing. Oh, we love those, man. Oh, no audition? Yes, I'm doing it. So Hard Kill comes around where I'm third lead now. Now they trust me a little bit more. So now I got a lot more meat. And basically, Courtney, what that means, man, like on the call sheet, it means you're Cherie, would I say importance or?
Okay, so let's check it out. Bruce Willis is probably number one.
Number one.
On the call sheet. Who's number two?
Jesse Metcalf.
Okay, Jesse Metcalf. And number three?
Texas Battle.
That's why I can't afford his ass no more. But seriously, like to know, like when I saw the previews and I see this and Texas is number three, that's a dream come true. I'm a fat, country mama crying and screaming and jumping in the air. That's my baby. That's the dream.
Yeah, it did feel good to finally. Courtney, in this business, man, for us, especially as African Americans, man, it's not. It is hard, like she's saying, to be able to get up on that call sheet. And even if you do a black film, or anything like that, you still want to be up there because it shows that your worth, and it means that you are a very significant part of a project when you're up that high. So when that movie came to me and I read it, I'm like, okay, cool. We're gonna do Hard Kill. It had a lot of dialogue in it, a lot of meat. I'm from the beginning to the end, brother. Hard Kill is one of those movies where my character, Fox, like you don't know which side I'm leaning on. We're trying to basically get this device from Bruce Willis' daughter who's been kidnapped by the mercenary. So, and there's twist inside of this whole, when the movie's going, there's a twist, and you're trying to figure out this twist. And Jesse is hired by me because he's ex-military to come in and help me to get this so-called device. It just so happens that, even though me and Jesse characters are like brothers, Bruce, who I work for, is my boss. I got to come up with some decisions, man. And that's where for me, that's where the meat was, because I have to play both sides. I never played a character like this before, so I was excited to do so. So it's one of those action, one of them popcorn movies, man, popcorn movies, action from the beginning to the end, with a little twist. I'll bring a little Texas spice on in there. And then we hope for the best. We hope that it gets streamed well. It's going to be in drive-through theaters, starting August 28th. It's on VOD August 25th. And we'll see how it goes.
Drive-through theaters. Hey, I heard they were making like a huge comeback. Like I remember when I was growing up, there was a whole bunch of them. Now I just know of two of them in the Chicagoland area, but I heard they're actually building more because of COVID. More people are going to be in there. So how do you think COVID, everybody talks about the negative stuff with COVID. How do you think it's going to impact y'all career, both of you guys, as far as any positive thing you can see that can happen with you guys?
Well, for me, it's impacted a lot, man. Like we were supposed to, like I was in a pre-production stage for Cherie. I was in a pre-production stage for a studio film. in April. And Courtney, when I say studio, see, she knows, man, brother, we dream of studio films, right? Because they'll pay you what you're worth. So I was in a pre-production stage of a film that I was going to do, signed up for, 5 months. You know, it's based off a true story. It's the tanks, you know, the real troops that went over to Afghanistan, and you know when Assam Hussein, when they went over there and they brought down his statue and all that stuff. Well, there was 98 American troops that were ordered to control that situation. It don't get talked about a lot, but they were making a movie about that. And Simon West is one of the he's the director on it and the producer. And yeah, man, that was going to be shot. I don't know what's going on with it now. I know it's been on the back burner, so that hurt because I wasn't a pay or play. You know, I'm not an A-lister like that to get pay or play.
He's number 3 on all sheets. I don't know.
Right, but they, you know, in that negotiation at that time, right. You would think so, but if it comes back around, which they are, they still trying to make it. It's not dead in the water. They're trying to come back around, but due to COVID, that kind of, you know, hurt that studio film at the time. It's on pause right now. So now I'm still auditioning. You know, you got your indies, you got shows that are slowly trying to come back now. But everyone is not back yet. People are slowly trying to get back with this whole COVID, you know, safety protocols and testing and so forth. So it's been a situation. I don't know what the future lies for us, for me and Cherie, but I think we're going to be okay once everyone starts shooting and this damn vaccine happens. But I don't know.
Oh, so okay. You said once this vaccine happens.
Right.
So if there's a vaccine, will you take it?
No, I'm not taking a damn thing.
I just wanted to know, like, you were like, once this vaccine happens, because, bruh, they ain't sticking me either. I'm scared.
And the truth is, I think the 3 of us have probably, well, maybe not you, Cherie, but I can't speak for you either, but I probably have already had it and don't even know, you know.
Oh, COVID? I think I got it when I came back from California last November.
Yeah.
My whole family, I think, got it. My mom and my daughter and I, leaving the airport.
True.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, I haven't had any symptoms or anything of that nature. Like
but a lot of people don't. A lot of people.
Right.
I got a buddy right now, Cherie. I forgot to tell you this. He has it. I'm sorry. Well, it doesn't matter. Yeah, but he has it right now. And the only reason why he knows he has it because he went and got tested because he just left Vegas. But he has no symptoms. He said, I just kind of feel tired, but I always feel tired when I leave.
You got it from Vegas?
Well, I mean, he was on the airport. He was on the airplane. He was in Vegas.
Okay, so the reason why I just asked that is I was just offered a job. Remember I told you, Texas? I was offered a job in Vegas and I had to pass. And I passed because I was afraid to travel because of COVID.
True. She did have a job. Yeah, she didn't want to travel on that. I'm like, see, I would have traveled, but I understand where she's coming from too. See, you got responsibilities, man. I get it.
You travel. You don't just travel by yourself, Cherie. So I
no. My child and my mom come with me, and I'm not comfortable leaving my daughter behind. And that was like, I had to call Texas as a confidant and be like, yo, help me make it okay that I passed on her job.
Right. She brought that up fast too. I'm like, ooh, but I didn't know the situation. So
yeah. It was an offer too. And it was one of those, when Texas said, when they send you the script and they say, let us know if you like it.
Oh, that means she got it. They just waiting for her answer. So
yeah,
it wouldn't have been a way if you could have stayed in the room, in the hotel room, because they would have made sure. I don't know.
I have to get on the airplane.
Yeah, that's it.
Go to the airport.
Good thing is airplane. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. They once she's here, they're gonna take care of it. Of course, you know, whatever they have to do to make sure she's comfortable. But not through the airport. Like she still got to go through the airport and sit on the airplane and all that stuff. So yeah, I get it, but. I don't know, Chad. What do you think? Like Courtney was asking. I mean, how are we looking for the future?
I think we're up in the air, you know, until people. I think that and I hate to say this, and I know people will be upset with me, but if we would have shut down the way Italy shut down, if people will really get in the house and shut those doors, except for our essential workers, for 30 days, It'll be over. But motherfuckers can't stay home. They want to throw parties. Oh, I got to go to the grocery. You going to the grocery store 5 and 6. You going to the grocery store more now than you ever did before. Yeah. Just because you want to go somewhere.
I think you're right, Cherie. I think you had to take that very serious, like a real shutdown, not no half-ass shutdown, not a part. You had to do a real shutdown. That's the only way.
You can't leave room for error, and there was too much room for error. Stay home, stay safe.
Mm-hmm.
People still out to eat with their homies. It's my birthday. I'm not gonna miss my motherfucker. You 50. You got to go out and celebrate your birthday.
Right. But if they were gonna do that, they should have did that when it first popped off. Then
when it first happened, right?
Yes, when it first popped off, they should have shut down our country. Period. No flights. If you're already in a hotel, I'm sorry, your hotel stay is taken care of because you're stuck.
Right.
It is what it is. You stay home. There's no option. You stay home for 30 days, and we could have all went on about our business now.
Right. It's just now people, see, the regular American don't like to be told what to do. So that's the situation.
Exactly. So you can't do it now because now some people are like it's a hoax and all that. But if you
can't do it now.
If you would have got it in January, right when people were still kind of scared and didn't understand and didn't know anything, that's the perfect time. But when you got people thinking I know what's going on and all that, and then I heard something else. We might not be able to use this, but like they said, if we would have shut down the country in January, Kobe Bryant would still be alive. And oh man, I don't know. Somebody just said that really messed me up.
Right.
Oh. I think the only way, I hate to say this because I don't want to have to do it, but the only way at this point until the end of the year we know that we're going to be safe is if entertainment kind of takes on the NBA model. And if we're stuck in a hub.
I don't mind that. As long as I'm working, man. I just want to work.
Yeah.
I can look, man, this is what they do. Every production usually puts you up it's supposed to be a 5-star hotel. If it's not a 5-star around the area, they're going to find you a pretty nice hotel. Producers will do that. They give you your per diem. You stay inside. You only go to set when it's time to work, period. That's fine with me. I just want to be on set to shoot, brother. I just love to make character come to life. That's it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, as long as I could bring my little one and my mom to watch her, I'd be okay with that. Because like you, I want to work. And they'll pay for that. They'll be like, okay, well, we got to pay for moms and the kid. No problem. All right, that's 3 first-class tickets. Go ahead and send that out. Like, they'll do stuff like that, man. So yeah, especially Punky. Punky's amazing.
I mean, we'll see what happens then because productions are supposed to start shooting at the end of this month, August, around the corner. And some of those, if things go right, because you got a couple out there that are going to be the test models.
Right.
If we don't get no COVID, and if we don't get no shutdowns, I think we'll be okay. But if one person comes down with it, Cherie's right. They're going to shut it down.
Mm-hmm.
Everything.
Everyone.
And then there won't be no working permit until 2021. So we'll see.
Hey,
it's kind of scary though.
With your subjects, who do people say that you look like? Like, who do you always get like?
Man, early in my career, people thought that me and Michael Ealy were brothers.
I'm getting ready to go to.
Wait a minute. I got to say pause. I've got the opportunity to meet Michael Ealy. I know Texas. I'm not saying like as in like, status or anything, but Michael is my size. Texas is not.
Yeah, right? Like I that's what I don't, Courtney, when that came to me, I was like, okay, wait a minute. Like we are two different bodies. I'm tall and I'm athletic built. I'm big. Like I got muscle. Yeah.
Michael Ealy is like me.
He's small. Yeah, he's small, man. He's small. He don't lift like that. Like that's his thing. Like he don't hit that gym on a lift type level. He's on the diet type level or whatever.
And he's short.
Yeah, and he's a short guy. And then recently, when I went through a period, I can go up and down, Courtney. You know, I can gain weight, I can lose weight, I go up and down. Because sometimes I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna eat what I want to eat. I don't give a shit. So when I get on the
COVID, boy, I got to do something with these before I go back.
hey,
You need to teach me how to bring this waistline back down, cause
you know. So when I did the whole COVID thing and I was going up, I get some people go, oh wow, like you know, you resemble, because you know Anthony Anderson lost weight, so now it's like, hey, you remind me of Anthony Anderson. I'm like,
No.
come on, man, look at the face. Right, Cherie? That's what I'm saying. I'm like, come on now. Like, y'all going too far.
Yeah.
never. Okay, you know what they're telling me? You light skin. That's all I hear.
I hear light skin.
You gotta look like somebody else. I'm angry.
Come on.
Not that there's anything wrong with Anthony Anderson. Not that there's anything
Right,
wrong.
of course not. Right.
It just, that's not what you look like. You know what? Question. You are taller than the average actor,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Do you find that is like a hurdle in the industry? Because I know even me, and I'm short compared to you, but I'm tall compared to a lot of other women and some of the men. I don't get hired for some job because they're like, you can't be his girlfriend.
True. That works. I mean, and you know what, Cherie? I don't like when they ask me, you know, this is when we used to go in for auditions. So how tall are you again? And can you state that on camera? For what?
Right.
Why? All you're gonna do is you're gonna say, nope, he's too tall. You're not even gonna look at the freaking audition because you're gonna see my slate first. My slate, hey, this is Texas Battle with Innovative Artists reading for the role of Fox. I'm 6'2". They gonna hear that and be like, oh, well, damn, our lead is 5'5".
So you know, I lie about my height, and I probably shouldn't say that. I'm 5'7" in real life.
Right.
But if I fill out like a size card or I go for an audition, I mean, I'm 5'7", but I'm 5'5" and a half. So I look around the room, I'll be like, I'm 5'6". I take that extra inch off.
Yeah.
I'm scared to go in and say I'm 5'7", because they'd be like, oh, I don't know.
Right.
5'7" is considered tall for a woman.
In the industry, yeah, because they're like 5'2".
Right.
And they want a height difference between you and the men are like 5'5", 5'6".
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Wait. Who was 5'5" and 5'6" in acting other than Kevin Hart?
Tom Cruise is not too.
Tom Cruise is short. He's like 5'7", 5'6", 5'7".
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like
K Hart is shorter than that, brother. K Hart like 5'1", 5'2", or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, I can do this. I told you I didn't get a job because I was went in to play Kevin Hart's girlfriend, and it's before he married a model.
Right.
Before everybody knew who Kevin Hart was, and they were just like, I was like, put him on the Apple box.
That's all you gotta do. That's what they do to Tom Cruise.
Right. This is my fourth callback. Like, put him on the Apple box. Give me the job.
See, at that point, Courtney, what she said fourth callback. Come on now. At that time, a fourth callback and you don't get hired because that's just petty. Like they know that already. Look, I do one, that's cool. Even two, cool. 3, 4, come on now. Come on.
These people.
Or it's not my fault he's short. Give me the job.
Exactly. It's not your fault.
It's not my fault.
Wow. I didn't. Wow.
Yeah, it's real, man. Like when you get not cast because of your height, then that's a problem. Because like Cherie said, you can easily do Apple Box. They can shoot it differently also now. So
Just sit me down, stand him up.
Mm-hmm. You right?
Yeah. Okay. So before we lose you, Texas, please tell us about your foundation.
The Texas Battle Foundation is something that is very dear and close to my heart. I would encourage everyone to go to www.texasbattlefoundation.org. It's a foundation that I started in 2014. I did a TV series called Safe, and I was in Cape Town, South Africa for 6 months. And while I was out there, I was at lunch. We just had our read through for one of the episodes. And I was at lunch on Camps Bay. Camps Bay is like our Malibu out there in Cali. So I was sitting there and I'm eating lunch and I hear this drum, and I hear the singing. I'm like, whoa, hold on, what's that? So they were coming on down, and it was like 7 of them in these red little, dresses or whatever, and they were dancing and playing the drum. And that drum is very unique, man, how they get down and play in South Africa. And I asked the lady that was there watching the kids, I'm like, what you raising money for? She was like, for techies. I'm like, what is techies? I don't know what that is. And she was like, oh, no, they're for shoes. I said, oh, snap. Okay. So then I looked down at the kids' feet, and sure enough, I'm like, oh, dang. I say, I see now what you're dancing for. I said, you know what? Forget that. Instead of me giving you money, I said, you guys come with me. I went over to the hotel we were staying at, and I told the driver, bring the van. We're going to go to the mall. So I took them all to the mall that was close to the hotel. I just bought them all techies, man. Like, no, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put these shoes on your feet because I see how your feet is right now. You shouldn't be dancing like that on the street. And then I just fell in love, man, with the kids and what they meant. I went to their township, and that was an eye opener. Like later that night, I dropped them off home because I didn't want them getting on the bus. It was getting late. I stayed with them like for 3 or 4 hours and knew their names, and I was learning Xhosa, the language of what they spoke. Took them to the township, brother. That opened my eyes up, man. Saw these kids, how they lived, and the water situation, the food and supply, and how they stuff in one little shack. And I said, nah, I have to do something. So that touched me, man. And then after that, about 6 months later, I said, what can I do more to help these children of South Africa? So I started the MPO. And then from there, now, 133 kids strong. We help with, the food supply, clothes, transportation to school, uniforms, electricity, food vouchers. We took a lot of the families out of the shacks where they stay in, and we built like these little like, what do we call them? Just like little homes, like 1 bedroom, up and down units. So we start building those to take these families out of this area, put them in better areas, take them out of these schools that are not really, focusing on education, and put them in better schools so they can actually learn better. So we've been doing that. And it's just been a blessing in disguise, man. I love those kids. So now the Texas Battle Foundation, not only are we doing those things, we have DMWT, Don't Mess with Texas Soccer Club. I have my 15-year-olds, my 16-year-olds, my 18s, my 12-year-olds playing. I have the PYDs, Proud Young Star Dancers. They dance. So we got them involved too. So yeah, man, it's one of those things now where it's grown, and I'm excited for it. I go to South Africa at least once or twice a year, stay out there for a month or so. We got a drama class. Oh, Cherie, we need to bring you out because
I was just going to say, next time you go, if I'm not working, COVID's over, I would love to go.
Oh, that will be a blessing in disguise because they watch TV, they watch film, they get it late, but they will know exactly, and they will swarm to you and want all your love and attention, and they're like sponges, they want to learn more, you know what I mean? So yes, we're gonna do that.
I would love it. I keep telling my daughter I'm gonna take her anyway, and I'm kind of like, I would like to go with somebody who knows, the air, so I'd be safe.
Oh, out there, Courtney. So out there, I didn't know this until I was shooting out there. Out there, I'm considered, I wouldn't say Tom Cruise status. I'm considered as, I'm an A-lister out there because they know exactly what Bold and Beautiful is, and they watch the show all the time. So they will swarm to me. Like, I don't have to pay for food when I go to restaurants and things of that nature. So
they watched the movie that you were supposed to do with me in Africa.
Yes.
I'm like, wow, really?
Yes. See? And did you know that was going to play out there? Like, did they approve that? See, they didn't approve that with you.
I had no, but I'm okay with it.
Right.
I'm okay with it, but no, I had no idea.
No idea. And she's the producer of her own film, and they didn't tell her that it was going to be aired in South Africa. You see how people be?
They do what they want to do, dude.
They do what they want to do.
When that pink slip comes in with your check, you're like, Switzerland, New Zealand, the Netherlands.
Right.
Wow, Germany, South Africa.
Right.
That's when I find out when everybody else does.
I just wish those checks were a little higher. That's all. They get small, which is fine, like you said. But can we get a little higher?
But it throws me like you're in, and you know that it's different when I say pink. Those are foreign royalties.
Foreign residuals.
they're American royalties. So when you get a pink one, you're always kind of like, huh,
Right.
where did that come from?
Right. I get
And
those.
then
I get those every time. Coach Carter and there's some of these other movies that I've done. They'll come in and you go, oh, okay, cool. Like she said earlier, Courtney, Germany, Switzerland. They just be small, man. They're not like regular residuals. Regular residuals, like okay, cool. Nah, the foreign overseas. If you get $100 overseas foreign, you doing something.
because it's been like 50 different territories.
Right.
$4.99, $3.69, $9.99. It's you can get gas or like it's some grocery money.
Right. Gas money.
Yeah, but you ain't paying no mortgage or rent or nothing like that.
No, not on them. No.
You guys teaching me so much, man. Wow.
Oh man, yeah, this industry. It's good to be in it. It has its ups and its downs. You just got to know that, it's not a race. You know what I mean? Like, and a couple of cats that come from Coach Carter that we have, worked with that have made it to A-list status. Their lives are transitioning very differently. They're going through things now because they didn't take the advice from others growing up. See, some can't handle it so fast, Courtney. Like you can't throw someone to be a superstar so fast. They have to be able to because see, Hollywood wants you, if you do one hit, Hollywood wants you to do another one and then another one and then another one. Sometimes that doesn't always happen. And you got to be very selective in the jobs that you pick too, because that can also hurt you. So
it's not your fault if you do a movie for a paycheck and the job's horrible. Trust me, I've done some. It's not your job, but
right.
They hold it against you like you had everything to do with everything. Like I was the sound person, you the camera person. I only do one job, yeah. But the world doesn't know that or see that.
No.
So yeah, you have to be very careful.
You just have to be careful what you choose and what you do. Hopefully, you do some of those for that paycheck, they don't get seen.
We be praying when you take the jobs and don't know.
Right, you just put it out there, be like, ooh, I hope they don't see that one. But you know what? I have to get that check.
Because at the end of the day, it's a job.
At the end of the day, it's a job.
You are kicking ass doing your job.
Yes, man.
And I am so proud.
Congrats, salute. Yes.
Trying to stay out here, brother, and trying to keep it positive and keep on moving. I still got a lot to do, man. Like I'm not, I'm happy to be working and being able to say, I act for a living. But have I got to that point, like that one job, like to put you over yet? No, I haven't did that yet. So I know it's coming, which is good.
It's coming.
Yeah.
And I just need you to do me one big favor.
Of course.
When you get it, just go ahead and take a picture and send it to me in that call sheet, okay?
Okay.
I support everything you do. I will forever support everything you do. I love you. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you guys for having me. Really appreciate that, Courtney. I really do.
Sure.
Amazing. Next movie, we want you back.
Done. Especially if it's going to be this big studio. Oh, I'm there.
Especially when.
Yes.
Love you, baby.
Love you guys too. Thanks again. Appreciate it.
Yes,
Good night.
All right.
Hey, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is the official Cherie Johnson. That way you never miss one of our Cherie's World podcasts.